Hi, and welcome to Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, skiwithpete. Steph is printing in the background. And other New York noises. We do have the door open to outside. Welcome, welcome, welcome all to the show. Brotaku is here. What's going on? It's a school day for you, Brotaku. But welcome all the same. Dane Carter is here. Flurek, Finley, or Finlay. Whatever. Welcome to the show, guys. Don't forget, camera 2 is enabled. And I see we got 17 viewers who are currently here. And also, we're in 4K. Full 4K today. I say full 4K. There's still one camera that's not 4K, but we're going to talk about that in just a second. So yesterday I started doing this, the JD40 Sticker Bomb edition. I haven't finished it, so I thought I would continue going. Gadgeable is in the house. Matthew Teague is in the house. What's going on, Matthew? Welcome to the show. Alright. We've only got 20 viewers, but this is an important one. Let's start with the important thing. The important thing is that today we're suspending the drive towards another camera. And there's a special reason that we're doing that. With the flooding that's happening in Houston right now, all super chats are going to go towards Houston. So that is what we're up to. We're going to donate through the Red Cross to the Houston Hurricane Harvey, or the 3 H's. We're going to donate to the Houston Hurricane Harvey Fund. So thank you very much to everybody who decides to super chat today. I'm going to do a running total of that. So the first thing I'm going to do is... for today's episode, I'm going to delete this number, and we're going to see how high we can go with your kind contributions. I'm just going to open things up. I'm going to put my own 25 bucks towards the fund. We'll start there. We'll see how we go. Let's see what we can raise for the people of Houston. Thoughts are obviously with them in this difficult time. So, guys, if you can... I would appreciate you guys helping out as much as possible. Cool. Well, with that, it's time to get on to sticker bombing this here JD40. So let's do that. Oh, this one's got a weird... This one's actually got a cut down it. Might skip out on that one. Wait. Before we get too far, I got to remind everybody about this week's giveaway. This week's giveaway is the Cooler Master Master Keys S. It's not actually this week's giveaway. It's like this 2.5 weeks giveaway. But anyway, it's all the same. The Master Keys S. Go into the About section below. Go find the gleam.io link. That giveaway is happening down there in the About below. Alright, let's get on with some more of these stickers. You know what? I could probably get a little bit closer now to that edge. Now that I've got my technique down. For those of you who weren't here yesterday, I've been improving my technique for these corners. I'll show you exactly how I do that. Just put a little cut in this corner here like this, and what you can do is start to fold the bits. Start to fold the bits down. Gadgeable throws down 25 Canadian dollars. Gage, doesn't matter. I'm gonna match it as a US dollar. Let's put that up to 50 bucks. guys, as I said, for those of you who've just joined, for those of you who...
Right, American Red Cross.
What's that? Yeah, I'm going to put it here. American Red Cross. For those of you who've just joined, today we're doing all of the super chats for the stream are going to be donated to Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund with the American Red Cross. So thank you very much to Gadgeable for matching the $25. That's very good of you. Thank you, man. I don't know if you guys know this, but Steph and I were actually in Houston not long ago. We were there.
March, was it?
No, it was in February for this year's Super Bowl. So I can tell you firsthand just how severe the damage is right now down there. Sorry, I say firsthand. What I mean is, I can tell you because I was there. I can tell you just how, from the pictures, just how bad everything looks. I know for a lot of you, the first time you'll be seeing Houston is with those flooding pictures, but it's not what it always looks like. Okay, let's wrap this down here. Alright, just gonna toast this up. And nice and baked on there. Sweet. We have great news coming this evening, and that's that Steph is going to be doing some of the cutting here on these. She promised that she would help out with that, so we're looking forward to that coming up in a little bit. You can call me many things. You might as well add perfectionist to that list because I'm not happy with the way that one turned out. I'm pulling it off. I got another really round one here. Pete, what is your preferred JD40 firmware programming method? My preferred method is with Easy AVR. You'll see, actually, I was just using Easy AVR. You can see it right there. I was just using Easy AVR to program my second foot pedal. I'm in the process, as you guys know, because I've been talking so much about getting another 4K camera. I'm in the process of upgrading my setup, and today was the first part of that, which is why I'm streaming so late today. It's the first part, which is... sorry, I gotta get a little cut in here. Which was actually adding the plank to my setup. Next time, I'm going to be adding the Eco. So, lots of updates and upgrades happening around here. Thank you for your kind contributions so far. But as I say, today, as much as I've focused my entire day on upgrading the setup, I wanted to make sure that the people of Houston are well looked after. So that's why we're doing that. Sorry, it's difficult for me to talk and concentrate at the same time, but there we are. Just right, that one. Just like with a mil to spare. It'll do. It'll do. Kale Reds. I haven't tried Kale Reds yet. Kale seemed to be the switch of the moment, although I highly recommend, if you're going with reds, to check out Gatorons. They're very smooth. Very smooth indeed. Very sorry. Just trying to make this as clean as possible in the corners here. And if you want to see it on action cam when I'm up to, you can see I'm just folding this corner down in here like this. And now I'm gonna now with that folded down like that, I'm just gonna peel this around here like that. And then I'm actually gonna cut this. I don't know how this is going to go, actually. There's quite a look. There's quite a lot of slack here. Let me just stick it down as much as I can. Let's see how much the heat takes up. Quite a lot is the answer. Quite a lot indeed. All right. I think that's pretty good, actually. I mean, I could trim this, but this is going to be pressed under my piece anyways. So I might as well stick with it. Alright. Well, with that, it's time to crack on. Giovanni Mugerli, welcome to the stream. For those of you just joining, don't forget that there is a giveaway in the About section this week. And also, it's not quite big enough. And also there is, that's the one. Any advice on the live streaming front? Matthew Teague asks. I'm going to do my first keyboard build stream live. Sure, I got some advice. How long you got? First off, don't listen to the haters. The haters, it don't matter. That's the first thing, because there'll always be a hater on there. 2, I think you should follow my system of modding as many people as you can trust. You know, the mods are the people in this stream who've been here a couple times, shown that they've got the knowledge. They're the people who make this stream as good as it is, and I think you should do much the same. Empower the people who are going to make a difference. That's 2 bits of advice. How much longer should I go for? Remember that not everyone knows what the heck you're doing. So try to be complimentary and understanding to the noobs. If you're a noob and you've never made a keyboard before, that's cool. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us today. I know that you have many streaming options. Haters gonna hate. Jung Hwan Min, welcome to the show. Spencer Cook. If I haven't already said hello. In the States, there are the Koch brothers, and every time I see your name, that's the first thing that comes to mind is their name. That's why I struggle, even though I know you're Spencer Cook. Victor, Noel, Corey, Paz, noob. Are you a noob? You haven't built a keyboard before. Well, welcome to the stream. I hope you have a very good time. Like I say, I'm very fortunate in that many of my moderators are keyboard enthusiasts, just like me. And so they can answer many of your questions, even if I can't, or I don't get to it, or whatever. These are the good people that you should be asking. At Ski with Pete, I made some custom sculpted keycaps. Tried to make them look retro. Yeah, I guess you weren't on camera 2 before the show, because on camera 2, I was showing them off to Steph, and we were saying how awesome they looked. But yeah, I saw them. You posted them before the stream started, and before the stream started, we were on camera 2, which was already live. And so you guys at home know camera 2 is available for you to check out. But yeah, Dan, they look awesome. I was surprised, actually, that they were 3D printed. They look so awesome. It's really cool. I'd love to sticker bomb my keyboard, but I'm afraid it's going to peel, wear, tear. Do you think It will keep looking awesome if I bring to work every day in my bag. Well, here's the beauty about a sticker bomb. Is if something starts to peel, put another sticker on it. That's my go for you. But I have a sticker bomb that I've lent on a long-term basis to my friend Jim, who frequents the show. And Jim, if you're out there and you can tell us, how's the sticker bomb holding up? Or Jim, if you're not there listening, why not? What's up, man? Probably on another epic camping trip or something awesome. And if you are, I'd just like you to know that I'm jealous. Okay, Doge. I don't know if you guys know this, but right now Stephanie is not in the room. Usually what happens with Steph is that she disappears into another room to listen to the live stream, or she's in the room participating on the live stream, but not today. Dearest Stephanie has found a book that she's in love with and is hanging out with that book. It's called Ready Player One. I don't know if you guys have checked that book out already, but if you haven't, you should. It's an excellent book. I say that it's an excellent book only because I've read it and I loved it. Uh, 28 viewers currently with 21 likes. That's pretty good. If you haven't already smashed that like button, go ahead and smash it now. You know that what I'm up to is exactly what I said I was going to be up to. I said I was going to be building a sticker bomb keyboard, and that is exactly what I'm doing. You know, just going back to that question about the live streaming and whether I have tips, you know, one of the things that I try to do, I don't know if this is like the right thing or the wrong thing, it's just something I try to do. Try to innovate as often as possible. And it's not just for me either, it's because I think the more innovating that I do, the better it'll be for me, the better it'll be for my audience. And the more likely you guys are to come back and hang out with me. That's how the solder cam came to be. That is how the next innovation will also come to be. That's what I'm all about, basically. Keep making improvements, keep making things bigger, badder, more badass, more dope, as they say. Greetings from Germany. Hello, Germany. Yeah, there's going to be a movie for the book soon, but read it before the movie comes out, dude. That's totally the plot. That's totally what you got to do. For those of you just joining, so you know, today's super chat is the proceeds from today's super chat will all be donated to the Hurricane Harvey relief fund for the people of Houston right now, who are experiencing a terrible hurricane. And yeah, any contributions that you guys want to make, I will be donating on your behalf. Thank you already to Gadgeable, who threw in $25 to match my $25 donation. Very cool of you, Gadge. Yeah, and it's not just the multi-cam system, like I say. That's just where it starts. It's not where it ends, right? These are my 5 cameras. For those of you who haven't seen this before, 1, 2, 3 is under here. 4, 5 is my overhead. And I also have this one, which is the side view. You can see how many viewers I got over there. What does it say? 11 views with 33 live viewers right now. Shad Vandenhal says, @skiwithpete, are you going to spray clear coat when you're done? No, I'm not. That is not my plan. This is going to be a living, continuing work rather than a static, I put a bunch of stickers on it and now I'm going to stop thing. If you get what I'm saying. Man of Interest. What's going on, Man of Interest? Welcome to the stream. Dude, 2 things. 1, sign up for the giveaway in the About section below. That's the first thing. And the second thing is all proceeds from today's Super Chats are going towards Hurricane Harvey relief. We're already up to $50 donated. If you can open your hearts and your wallets, I would appreciate it, let alone how much the people of Houston, Texas would appreciate it. Whoops, just dropped some on the floor. Twixter says, name one streamer other than pizza. You choose multi. That's so good, man. I'm just so happy with that comment that I just keep reading it over and over and over again. Thank you, man. That's very cool. I never really thought that it was working, but you're making it sound like it is already working. There's just one little space left, and that is right here. I don't know how I missed that space, but that is pretty shitty of me to have missed it. Oh no, and another little piece right there too. Damn. Damn. Wait, do I have a little sticker? I don't think I do. Do I have a little one? What is that bear sticker? Oh, that is one of the things with this sticker pack. It is an explicit sticker pack. I forgot to mention that. Anchorbait says, @skiwithpete, why Gator on Browns? It's a good question. I don't really want to put Gatorland Browns on this, but I'm bringing this one in particular to Maker Faire, and I wanted the people of Maker Faire to be able to test some of the most popular switches that exist on the market today. And that, I thought, would be a good one for Maker Faire. Can I show you something else? Can I just show you something else? This is so cool. We're unveiling this at Maker Faire. Let me just put all this aside for 1 second. Wait, just before I do this. Okay, we got some stickers left over. But just before I do it, first let me say, reminder, don't forget, this is this week's giveaway. Go into the About section below. Go check out the gleam.io link. You can enter this week's giveaway. It's for North America only, but if you'd like to pay for the shipping, you can have it shipped wherever the heck you like it to be shipped. This is the Master Keys S with PBT keycaps. Cherry MX Green from Cooler Master. This is a US keyboard layout. This is the one that you... Check it out. It's still sealed. Still sealed. This is one of my favorite entry-level keyboards. I highly recommend this one. So go check it out. Go put your name in for it. All you need to do to enter, really, besides signing up to gleam.io so they know who you are, is be subscribed to this channel, which is super sweet. Super easy to do. You've probably already done it. That's the first thing. But the other thing I want to show off was this. This is going with us to Maker Faire. This is the 1upkeyboards switch tester. Super dope, right? How cool is this? Made in conjunction with Bishop Keyboards. This is the very first 1upkeyboards super switch tester. And check it out. Look at all the different possibilities. So cool. So I thought the one right in the middle would be a good one to have on a keyboard. And mystery 1, 2, and 3. Super cool, right? Can't wait to show that off at Maker Faire. That's going to be super fun. All right. Well, before we go any further, we're going to need to start cutting these out. But Stephanie is going to join me for that section, so we're going to do that in just a minute. But before we get to that, what I can do is I can test out this PCB. That's what I'm going to do. All right. My favorite way to do that is with a program called Keyboard Tester. So I'm just going to go right to Tester here. So you can see the super chat from Gadgeable. Thank you again, Gadgeable, for that. All money this week is going to Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund. Keyboard Tester. Launch the tester. All right. From here, I'm just going to plug this in. Just remember, always test your keyboards to see if they work. This one, no worky. All right, that happens all the time. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to flash this. So what I'll do is push this button, and then let's go over to... Oh, what did I do with it? Did I close it? I didn't close it on purpose. Let's just close that for 1 second. I'm going to go over to, you can't see it, but Easy Key Mapper. There it is. I'm going to open a layout. Whoops. New layout. You guys can't see it, but there's the JD40 Mark II. I'm going to do all keys. There's the keyboard mapper. And I'm just going to build and reprogram. Sure, let's call this 2017. What's today's date? 27.08.27. This is JD40. Yeah, I'm going to do it with foot. I'm going to press, first I'm going to press this button. Make sure that it's in programming mode and press run. You can see here it says summary total 11 passed, 11 failed, 0. I've also got this little light that's on under here, and let's just take a look now back at keyboard tester. Launch the tester. Let's just see here. There you go. There's a bunch of C's. There's a bunch of D's. So we have a properly working keyboard. All right, let's unplug. All right. Now that we know the PCB is working, we can progress on to the next step. And for the next step, we're going to get Steph back. Steph!
What?
Come back.
Why?
Need your help, love.
What have you done?
I need help with the cutting out thing.
What?
Cutting out.
You what?
The cutting out.
Cutting out what? Oh. Did you put a new blade in the thing?
No. But before I do,
Is there something else you can do on the screen while I do this? Off screen? I only have 3 blades left.
why are you doing? Why not just use the blade that you have?
Well, isn't it pretty shit?
Yeah, it's pretty shit, but you know,
Just order more of them for me.
I can order more.
Or is it alright? Is it alright or not?
I don't know. Why don't you try cutting one and then you tell me if it's alright or not? If you want a freshie. Say what's up to everybody.
No, I stay off screen.
Press overhead. Steph's trying her best to stay off screen.
Where's overhead?
This is Steph right here. There's overhead.
You can see my hands.
Steph's having a very Sunday.
Did we figure out going this way is best or
Yeah.
this way?
I think it's the other way.
This way.
Yeah. With 42 people currently watching, just before you get too far into that, Steph, I just want to remind everybody that over here on the desk we have the Hurricane Harvey Fund. All super chats from today's show will go towards Hurricane Harvey relief. We're going to be donating that through the American Red Cross. We've already raised $50. If you guys want to use super chat, we promise that we're going to read them. Not just that, but all money will go towards the terrible things that are happening in Houston right now. How's it going, Steph?
Wow.
Great. My defecate is in the house. What's going on, dude? Sean Rathfont says, Does anyone know if there are videos on learning QMK? I have no experience flashing teen season stuff for custom boards. I did on a recent stream when we were talking about the new Sweet 16s and the 4-banger. Those are prototype boards. Steph, I'm sorry to steal your thunder here, but you can see there's one there. On a recent live stream, we tested some prototypes, and you can find a live stream for prototypes, and I did it in QMK on there, so you can find out a little bit about that there, but I intend to do another stream very soon all about that. I'm going to do a build-along, I think, in October.
Pulling off rather than cutting.
Yeah, okay, so you need a new blade. Yeah, it's super hot. While Steph is replacing the blade. Alien Man 82, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Building this JD40, and Steph is doing the cutting out for me because she's less likely to cut herself than I am to cut myself. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just joining, don't forget to check in the About section below the gleam.io link. Better?
I think so.
Anchorbait says, ask you, Pete, you should get an X-Acto kit. Super sharp knives. Yeah, man, we use a lot of sharp knives to open boxes around here. That's our jam. It's totally our jam.
These are actually scalpel blades.
Yeah, scalpels. They're meant for surgery.
But they don't like stickers so much. Vinyl stickers, not so fun.
Steph, there's also the possibility that the cardboard is what's screwing you up here. Do you want me to put something else under there?
Like what?
I don't know. I could get something harder, like a magazine.
I need to get a smaller version of my cutting mat. I'm gonna try this instead, just to see. 'Cause holding it up works just fine.
If you want to try it, you can.
No, holding it up works just fine.
For those of you who don't already know, I'm the owner of 1upkeyboards.com. If you want to go check out 1upkeyboards.com, the address is 1 as in the number 1 upkeyboards.com. There's the sticker from 1upkeyboards. Currently watching with 29 likes. If you haven't already smashed the like button, why not? Do you know which one the like button is? It's the one that looks like this. Don't forget today's stream is available in full 4K. Oh, Steph, your picture's about to go on the screen.
Why does it change it?
Did you see the overhead one? Oh, you did it. Even though you switched over to that, I might switch over to this one for 1 second. How different are the silent switches? They're very different, actually. They feel a lot like, you know, if you put the O-rings on a switch, they feel a lot like that. Tell you what, I'm going to jump on my computer and jump on the stream that way so I can chat to you guys IRL. Sounds of New York City happening outside the window right now. Steph, do you want to talk him through what you're up to?
Can I get the stickers?
Keep going.
On your sticker bomb board. Which is ever so exciting, which is why I'm doing it and you're not. That, and I'm less likely to cut myself.
That's the truth. Oh, good tip there from Twixter. Eduardo asks, how do you stream with a normal camera? That's a great question, and let me show you the answer. Steph, can you switch back to overhead? So we actually have, actually, do you want to press everything? I know it's going to put you on camera, and I know you hate that, but we actually have 5 cameras.
What's everything? Oh.
It says every dash thing. Okay, we have 5 cameras. So there's overhead, which is in the top left. Top left is the one that I'm talking about now. Top left. We have selfie cam, which is a webcam. We have selfie chat, which is another webcam. We have solder cam, which is a 4K webcam. We have action cam, which is a 4K webcam. And we also have this one, which is a 1080p camera, which is the side view. And then overhead, this is a, it's like a DSLR, but it's not actually a DSLR. This is the Panasonic Fz1000. And the way that we put the signal into the computer is actually with this thing called the AVIO HD. There's 2 versions of this one. This is the AVIO HD, and there's also the AVIO 4K. And what this is a 4K capture card. You can see the HDMI thing up at the top here, and the USB 3 coming out of the bottom of it there. So that's how you do it, Eduardo. You put your HDMI into the top of this capture card. You get the USB 3 out. There's the other end of the USB. You get the USB 3 out, and you plug that into your computer. And then, yeah, you download a streaming application like the one I'm using, which is OBS. And off you go. Does that answer your question? $33 watching with 33 likes. Thank you very much, guys. If you haven't already pressed that like button, go ahead and press it now. Thank you to everybody who's joined. Don't forget that today's super chats are all going towards the Hurricane Harvey American Red Cross Relief Fund. So we're already at $50. Please go ahead and contribute. Cool, Eduardo. I'm glad that answered some of the questions you had. Don't forget to check in the About section below for links to the thing that Steph is building and everything else. Eduardo says, that thing is about $400. Is there a cheap way to do that? Yes, there is a cheaper way to do it, but you're going to end up buying it twice. But I'm just telling you, there is a cheaper way to do it. One is start with webcams. Start with the Logitech C920, which I have 2 in my current setup. Those are about $60. Or if you want to include a camera, like a real proper camera, you want to up your production value a little bit, but you want to keep a fast computer, and you're going to need it, you can go with the Elgato capture card. An Elgato capture card it's just not as good as, they cost about $100, and they're just not as good as the Epiphan ones. I'm a big fan of the Epiphan. And the reason I'm a big fan of the Epiphan is because they make quality stuff. The other thing you can do is you can check on eBay and other places to get your hands on a used Epiphan HD. I picked one up for around $125. SparkSoft works with some cameras. But again, as you up your production values, again, today we're streaming in full 4K. As you up your production value, you're going to need real solutions, and yeah, that's the truth. It's easy enough to get by with some of the lower end stuff. I certainly did, but as you'll soon discover, you're better off going right to the top, because otherwise you're just going to have to buy stuff twice, which I have on more than one occasion. I mean, just off camera to the side here, I'm not using it in today's stream. This is actually a Raspberry Pi set up with a camera, and I've got a little clip on the bottom of it, so that's set up. You know, that's a $35 plus whatever these cost, $20 solution. So you could stream with a 1080p camera with a Raspberry Pi if you wanted. Eduardo, you have the Panasonic G7. No, I have. So mine is the Fz1000, and the G7 is like very much. It's got the same electronics on the inside of it. G7 is 4K. So you want to do the 4K? Do the Epiphan 4K, man. I know it's $450, but that's what you got to do. You want the 4K? You got to do the 4K. Like it's just how the cookie crumbles, you know. But like I say, if you want to do less, you could get an Elgato and do 1080p, I guess. I don't know why you would, to be honest, but I mean, you got a camera that does 4K. Wouldn't it be a shame to miss out? I don't know of anything else that does 4K besides that Epiphan AVIO. They're top quality. Just see, one of the best things about those that you don't get with other, like you don't get with the Elgato. The Elgato, it's gonna capture fine, but your computer's gonna have to do a lot of the processing of the video stream. Whereas with the Elgato cards, it abstracts all that processing. So the processing is done on the card rather than on your computer, which means your computer can spend more of its CPU cycles streaming and, yeah, basically broadcasting. Which is, again, I mean, I'm using an i7, last year's model, an i7 with a G7X 745, which is an OEM card, with 4 gigs of RAM, and I'm pushing out about 50% CPU usage, and I've got 3 capture cards, 2 4K webcams, and 2 1080p webcams. I only want 1080p XD. Sure, man. Check out the Elgato card then. Like I say, you can pick those up for a song, but yeah. What happened? No. Okay, can you peel the Eiffel Tower off? Because that's all the Eiffel Tower was there to do. It was just that one little corner. Do you want to turn it around? Yeah, even better. There you go. $40 people watching with 34 likes. If you haven't already smashed that like button, go ahead and smash it now. Right now we're looking at the JD40. This is a 40% custom keyboard. It's currently being cut out by my lovely wife, Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie.
No problem.
For those of you just joining the stream, don't forget to check out the gleam.io link in the About section below. And just check out the About section below. There's lots of cool links to all the cool stuff that's on today's live stream. There's also camera 2, so you can get a side view of the stuff that Steph is up to. Which one is preferable, the one that goes inside of the PC or one that goes on the outside of the PC? It depends, again, what type of computer you got, whether you've got a USB 3 port that's available. I do all external. I don't do anything internal. Personally. Yeah, out of PC, go USB. You know, another brand that has some good capture cards is Magewell, but again, you're talking professional quality stuff, and yeah, say it enough times. My throat's a little bit sore. Grab a glass of water. So, you want to make sure you're reading the comments? Saying what's up? Yeah, is the camera 2 mic not very good?
Well, it's just the onboard mic of the...
No, it's not. It's the Rode mic.
Oh.
It's not the powered Rode mic, though. It's the cheapo Rode mic.
Right.
But, you know, we could do it. I could do an output from the big mic. For my stream, I'm hoping to have one camera in 1080p as my main over camera. Then maybe, depends how beautiful I feel, I may have a webcam as a face cam. Cool, man. $36 watching with 35 likes. If there's one person out there amongst you who hasn't already pressed that like button, go ahead and press that like button now. Guys, here's a question for you. How do you think I can go from where we are now, which is about 33, 34 live stream viewers, up into the 200 or 300? What do you think I need to do? Is it more advertising? Is it change my offering? Do you think that keyboards are always going to be niche? What do you think it is? Do I need more cameras? Do I need better production? What do you think would help? I'd love to hear. Is it feature more Steph? Probably.
There you go.
Looks pretty kick-ass. Want to switch to overhead? Oh, you know what you didn't do though? You didn't cut out the little pitons.
For what?
What the holes?
Yeah, but this is not an all.
Oh, do you have an all?
No. Use these just to poke a hole at least.
Oh yeah, why don't you do that? That'd be awesome.
Can't see them.
profile Z case would do it for sure. Watch out for 1 sec. But if you think so, wait until I show you this thing. You guys seen one of these before?
Oh, I have to come in to read.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Colin C. Alright, Colin. I feel you.
Your phone isn't happy with me.
Why, what did it do?
My phone on it doesn't like me. Okay, I'm going behind you. Excuse me.
Or just a full office tour. Also, on-screen notifications of likes and subscriptions help a lot. Well, here, do you want to take a look at... This is what my subscription looks like at the moment. In case you're wondering. In case you guys want to go ahead and smash that like button. But I only found this stream through YouTube suggestions. I bet some of the fellas at RMK would like this stream, but I'm not sure how they would feel about self-promotion. Now, I post links on RMK before the stream starts. Always do. And typically it doesn't get a lot of upvotes. So unless you check RMK new, you're not likely to come across it. I'm just going to check what happens if I melt. If I do this on the back side here. That worked beautifully, except in one place, which is right here. That's okay. All right. Thatcher says, are you using OBS? I certainly am using OBS. Yes, indeed. Does the sticker bomb kit have the same stickers in the same place in every kit, or is each kit different? There's like 5 different kits. Is that right? 4 different kits. So you get either 1 or 2 depending on the size of the kit that you get, but you won't get 2 that are the same. Hope that answers your question. Sorry, just 1 second. I'm just texting my coworker. Cool. Alright, what I'm going to do now is just pop in the first of the caps in here. Alright, so this goes this way around, just like this. I'm just going to push this in all the way in first. And what I like to do is I like to select switches that can only go in one location. So I'm going to do these 4 as my first 4. Sorry, this one, because that again has options. And this one also only has one option. So I'm just going to do those as my first 4. And that's come through on that side. There we go. And this one here, and this one here. I'm just pushing down. I've left the PCB only pins in there. I don't know if you can quite see that. See the PCB pins? That's there and there. I've left those in, but as long as you push it down hard enough, those should stay in place. And just grab in there nicely. Now, Gateron legs aren't too wide, so it's not that big a deal here, but I'm just going to show you. Look, you can see there's still a little bit of, can you see that? That switch? You can't really, but there's just a little bit of room left in there. So I'm going to push it down even further. Make sure it's all the way down. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one down here. Make sure it's all the way down. This one is all the way down. And this one too. Just going to make sure it's all the way. Oh, that switch just popped up. There we go. Alright, cool. Well, it's time to grab the soldering iron. If you guys haven't been around before, you may not have seen the solder cam. That's it, solder cam. You can see it there. This is what it looks like. I need to make sure that I get the zoom just right on it, so just bear with me. I'll just be one hot minute here. You can see it's all out of focus, but all I need to do, there we go, is just grab this. There we go. That focus should be pretty hot now. Okay, and turn on the soldering iron. So if you haven't seen solder cam before, it can be a little bit unnerving. So if you are having problems with it, keep your eye in the top left corner up here, or you can switch over to camera 2. Camera 2 will stay steady where it currently is, but for the rest of us, we're going to be using solder cam. Now, it's at its most violent just before and just after I use it, because I need to wipe it and make sure that the solder is clean off the tip. So when that happens, that's the best time to check that top left corner. Here we go. Just going to pull it out. And first thing I got to do, as I said, is give it a couple wipes. All right. solder cam is, of course, available in full 4K. Make sure you're checking out all the glorious detail. Remember, when you're soldering, you should always wear eye protection, and you should always be in a well-ventilated area. I've got a fan, even though I haven't turned it on yet, because I'm only doing the first 4 switches, but I am right beside a wide-open door. Alright, that brings to an end. Is the JD40 Alps compatible? Yes, it most certainly is. Both the top plate and the PCB are Alps compatible. All right, first 4 switches are down. All right, now next up, what I really need to do is create a little suspension for it. I'm going to do that with brass 6 pieces. At skiwithpete, check out Streamlabs. Okay, cool. What's Streamlabs all about? You can make subscription counts donations live. That's cool, man. Like I say, I got a down one. If you guys are watching and you haven't already pressed subscribe, do press it now. And if you already have subscribed and you haven't yet joined this week's giveaway for the Cooler Master, you might as well go check that out now. You're here, you might as well. Let me show you what that looks like in 1 second, as soon as I'm done putting these legs on here. Don't forget, guys, all of today's super chats are going to be donated to the relief fund for the people of Houston who are currently experiencing a terrible hurricane. Yeah, both of those things sound good. The thing that you might not know about me is that I have very little time. So I struggle to find these things. So I definitely appreciate you guys letting me know about this stuff, because otherwise I wouldn't find it. I'm very time limited. I'm time poor, as they say. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that help, guys. Utopia Opera, welcome to the stream. If someone is subscribing, you pops up an animation gift and a sound you can choose. That sounds awesome. Just putting one in down here so something else to help it stand off. $10 and it's set up. Okay, man, you're selling me. There we go. Finally got one in. It's holding it up. $35 currently watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. The chat's pretty slow tonight, I gotta say. Not a lot of guys talking it up. Usually it's a meme fest up in here. Hey, Steph, can I ask you a favor? Are you busy? Any chance you could lay out my bottom row for me? What's that? I don't know either. That's the thing. It goes like that. Super. Control. Function. Alt. Actually, Steph, can I ask you a fave? Can you bring up the picture of the keycap set?
You just found the one that's the one over there?
Oh yeah. Because it's a 1U. I can't have it any more left than 1U. So that's kind of the thing. So by process of elimination, I know that I need a switch. No, we need a switch right here. And if we need a switch there, then the next switch goes here. Which means the next switch goes there, which means the next switch goes there, and the last one Alright, let's keep going across this bottom row. Tatcher says liked. Good night now. Thanks, Tatcher. Appreciate all your help and suggestions, dude. Come back again soon. one's gonna have to come back out. Yeah, just bent over the tip a little touch. For those of you who haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button. The more likes the show gets, the more people who come join, the more the stream grows and grows. So you guys know this will be the last stream, but one in September. We won't be streaming much. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. This is the last weekend stream until, well, there's one happening in September, and then it'll be October. So it goes pretty quick. Next weekend is Labor Day weekend. I'll be out of town for that. The following weekend, I'm unavailable. I might try to do a weeknight stream. And then it's October. Okay, now that I've put the keycaps in the places that I want them, I'm going to pull them out. Pull the keycaps out. You don't actually need to pull the keycaps back off, but I do. Remember to wiggle them back and forth to get them off. Just in case it comes back out, which it looks like it will. It's the leftmost position that I'm putting this one in. No, I got it out nice and clean. Alright, let's put some more switches in. Got a bunch of switches on ready. I'm going to put those 2 extra standoffs on here just to give it a little more stability. For those of you who are sticking around, for those of you who are just joining, don't forget to check in the About section below for all the information to tonight's build and all the cool stuff on my desk. Plus, there's also a giveaway. This week's giveaway is the Cooler Master Master Keys S keyboard. Let me show that off in just 1 second here. The Cooler Master Master Keys S. Go check that out. That's the gleam.io link. All right, so this one is going to be to the left. I know that because that's where the 1.25 goes. If that one's to the left, then this one is also to the left because it's just a 1U. Much better. That one's flipped over a little bit, but I can straighten it out with my thumb there. So let's just go through and check that all the little legs made it through. That one needs to go further. There we go. This one didn't make it through, so let's just observe this position here. It's on the right. All right, I'm just going to grab my switch puller out of there. Furthest over on the one side, and you can see just what's happened here. Much better. Here we go. Alright guys, getting ready for solder cam number 2. Switching to overhead. Alright, here we go. This is not the solder cam view, but the solder cam view is indeed this one on the right here. I'm just about to get going. Switch over to solder cam. Alright guys, solder cam is coming up right now. If you haven't already pressed the like button, please do so now. Also, all of this week's super chats are being donated to the American Red Cross in service of Hurricane Harvey, which is devastating Houston right now. So if you want to use that super chat function, now would be a great time to do it. We've already, and I'm just showing it off here, just under this, under the soldering iron, you can see we've already got up $50 just from this stream. Alright. Getting real close now. Just gonna get this set up. Just installing the fan here. Just gonna move it over a little bit like that, so you guys on camera 2 can still get a pretty good view. Yeah, camera 2 is enabled for this live stream. Don't forget to check out camera 2 if you haven't already. We're up to temperature. Here we go. For those of you who haven't done much soldering before, it's pretty straightforward. What you do is apply the heat, then apply the solder, then remove the solder, then remove the heat. Now, one thing you want to notice is that I don't place the solder on the iron itself, but instead I place it on the opposite side of the switch. So you can see I'm actually putting solder on the pin, not on the tip of the iron. Do it again. Add the heat. Add the solder. Remove the solder. Remove the heat. These are beautiful black PCBs. These are the JD40 Mark II PCBs from 1upkeyboards. If you haven't already been to check out 1upkeyboards.com, please do. I'm the owner of 1upkeyboards.com, and it's an enthusiast-built site for enthusiast-level keyboards. If you're a noob out there and you haven't already said hello, please do so in the chat window. The chat is super light tonight. I'd love it if a couple people said what's up. Nothing like my Saturday streams, huh? Anybody new? Anybody who hasn't said a comment before? What do you think about the solder cam? For those of you wondering, I'm using a Kester lead-free solder, and my soldering iron is the Hakko FX888D. Both of those are available in the About section below. There's links to them on Amazon if you want to find out more detail about them or whatever. And other news, we are indeed streaming in full 4K. I'm going to bring this over to the middle here, and I'm going to switch over to the action cam for one hot second so you can see what I see. Love the look of the sticker bomb board. Shall be. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Guy in caps, no time to chat, must keep stirring, must keep stirring. Deadly Pliers jumps in with a $10 super chat. Deadly Pliers says, I love lurking in your streams, Pete. Whether you're building a keyboard or reviewing a product, you've always got an interesting stream. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Deadly Pliers. And I'm just going to switch over to the overhead view because all of today's super chats are being donated to Hurricane Harvey, the American Red Cross relief fund. So I'm putting this up to $60 now. Thank you very much to everybody who's contributed. Gadgeable, Deadly Pliers, thanks very much. That's awesome. I really do appreciate that, and I'm sure that the people of Houston also appreciate that. It's going to be a real tough week for those guys. It hasn't stopped raining yet. It looks like it won't until Thursday. Now, I just got a little piece of solder just popped up and smashed into my finger, and it hurts pretty bad, but imagine if that was my eye. Don't remember, when you're doing any soldering, make sure you wear eye protection. Well, thanks again, Deadly Pliers. I really do appreciate that. You don't have to lurk. You can hang out. You can say what's up. I've got a couple cool projects that it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get to before October. But I got the drone from Sunfounder, and I got that Raspberry Pi car. Both of those things I'm really looking forward to. Whoops. Let's see, that's what happens when you remove the heat before you remove the solder. The solder ends up stuck. Jung Hwan Min says, I'm getting an Infinity Ergodox soon. I don't know if I should solder just the pins or actually fill the holes with solder. Just do the pins if you can. I mean, some holes you can't avoid but filling, but just do the holes. Just do the pins rather, because otherwise you'll have more to desolder if in future you ever choose to desolder it. And especially things that have a large surface area like that are difficult to desolder with a desoldering iron. Even though you might not have one now, if you get one in the future, you'll really wish that you just on the pins. Keyboard Guru Atski says, it feels like you're getting oil that is hot and bubbles and then pops up and lands in your hand. It's exactly what it felt like. And it didn't feel very good at all. James Monroe says, I'm looking to get a 40% keyboard. I'm pretty new to Mech keyboards, but I'm not clueless. I'd like some advice as to which keyboard to get. Well, I personally believe that there are two real contenders at the 40% level for you. One is the JD40, which is what I'm building for the audience now, and the other is the Plank. The Plank, of course, is an ortholinear keyboard, and so it takes a bit of adjusting to get used to. The JD40 has a staggered layout. It is much, in my opinion, easier to accustom to. That's why I choose it over the Plank, even though I'm using a Plank right now as my foot pedal to change cameras. So whenever you see me change a camera, I'm currently using a Prionic or the JD40. Oh, or the Vortex. Well, the Vortex is obviously a pre-assembled board, so that's totally different. The difference between the Vortex and the other two, not just in terms of assembly, is that the other two are fully programmable keyboards, whereas the Vortex is onboard programmable only. So that's a major difference. If you don't know what the difference between those is, I recommend you check out one of my videos called Not All Keyboards Are Created Equal, Not All Keyboards Are Created Programmable. In that, I really do my best to cover off the differences of what a fully programmable board means versus an onboard programmable board. But if you do know what the difference is, I would struggle to understand why you would pick an onboard when you could get fully programmable. And like I say, the Plank that I'm using at my foot now as a camera switcher is a camera switcher because it's fully programmable. But also, I want to be clear about my bias because I am the owner of 1upkeyboards.com, and we sell the JD40, so it wouldn't be unlike me to sell it. But at the same time, I'm also saying that the Plank, if you're into the ortho thing, is also a very good board, and that's made by a guy named Jack Humbert. And while we have no official affiliation with Jack Humbert, I can tell you that he is a top guy and an awesome community member. The full programmability, though, I mean, it sells it for me. It's like, I don't know why you would have a keyboard that isn't fully programmable. That's why I recommended the Cooler Master Quickfire Rapid as the beginner keyboard to get, simply because you can buy yourself a Frosty Flake. Again, open full disclosure, you get it from 1upkeyboards.com. But you can get a Frosty Flake and turn the board into a fully programmable keyboard. That's a pre-assembled, fully programmable keyboard with a $35 add-on. It's kind of a no-brainer to me. James, just because I'm soldering, it's taking me an extra second. I see you've written a reply, but haven't had a chance. Thanks so much for the advice. Agree the vortex is different and was kind of leaning away from it. Feels pretty awesome to have a YouTube hero like you answer my questions. I'm pretty sure I'm an ordinary guy. But you can ask Steph. Steph, am I an ordinary guy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty much ordinary. Alright, just wanted to check on that. Feel free to ask any questions, by the way. I'm pretty much ordinary. And what was the line? Slightly above average. Except that being slightly above average is average. I say only slightly above average because I'm more of a C plus than I really am a C. I mean, I'm just telling you that's what I did in school. Sorry, another quick wipe here. Shalbly, I can't tell if those are I's or L's. Shalbla says, any suggestions for a budget board for Gateron Blacks sub 130? I think if you're happy to go with real cheap keycaps, you could probably do the stainless steel 60% kit from our site if you want to build it yourself. Or the An Pro is popular at the minute, but I avoid them because of the weird base. It also has Gaterons. What else can you get Gateron Blacks on these days? Nah, go for custom, man. Save up the extra $10 or $20 and, you know, buy the custom with the GH60 with the GAT Blacks. You know, you don't have to buy it all at once. I think that's a common misconception is you got to buy everything, all the pieces. You don't. You can buy the switches and the PCB and the plate and put it together, then buy the base, then buy the keycaps, you know. You got to think about this in terms of how long it's going to take you to build. And don't forget, like, you know, I got a YouTube channel and I build these things straight through, but even this has taken me 2 nights. I'm not done it yet. Plus, I do it for the YouTube. Like, if I was only doing this in half-hour spurts, this would take much longer. So again, don't feel like it's all going to happen all at once. it's gotten cold here or what exactly the problem is, but suddenly these don't want to fill quite like they did before. And Pro doesn't have gap blacks. Really? I definitely tested one with gap browns. This solder was just so ugly, this one. Okay, that's it. That was the martini. I don't think have I missed any? It's not uncommon for me to have missed one or two. No, looks like I got them all. Cries noob. I certainly haven't had any problems with Signature Plastics DSA. A lot of it has to do with the amount of plastic that's put in these things, and what I can tell you for sure is that something like the it's something like the DSA from Signature Plastics just actually has less plastic in it than GMK, but not just that. GMK, it's made in Germany, and because of that, you've got to pay European sorts of prices for these things. But no, I've never had an issue with Signature Plastics ever. Okay. All right. Yeah, people complain about everything. There's somebody complaining about something right now. Somebody complaining about a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, by the way, the 32 viewers who are here, if you haven't already, please smash that like button now. Oh, whoops. We're out of solder mode. We're into giant-headed Pete. I look like it's a Sunday. I'm gonna put this on. Got my Sunday afro going. You know what I'm saying. Do you own a 3D printer? I do not. If so, which one? Nope. Hey guys, we just hit 50 likes. Thank you very much to everybody who pressed like. Ooh, I got 2 dislikes too. Sorry to dislikers. I guess when you saw that the title said that I was building a sticker bomb JD40, and you came here and you saw that I was building a sticker bomb JD40, that you were what? Surprised? I don't know, maybe you were surprised. Haters gonna hate. Okay, one more hot second here. I'm gonna go grab a base. Base. Sorry, not a base. Those are all. There's no 40% in there. Whoops. I got that wrong. There you go. That goes on there like that. Clear middle. JD40. You know what? I just saw my screwdriver set around here somewhere. I love sticker bombs. Might do it as an X60X. Cool. I'm not going to do that on there. I'm going to do it on here. Tight one. The other day I realized you have a channel with videos. Chocan does. Quite good videos. Quite enjoyable. Awesome. I'll go check that out. Why isn't this fitting? There we go. Took a second, but I got it. Chocan, you're a mod. Go slap your YouTube channel link up now. Nicely done, Anchorbait. Thank you. With 31 watching, we have 52 likes. Thank you again to everybody who's pressed that like button. Don't forget that this week, all the super chats are going towards Hurricane Harvey. We've already raised $60 for the American Red Cross for the people stuck in that hurricane. For whatever reason, their mayor decided not to evacuate the city. And it's going to be a tough week for them. All right, here we go. Just 1 second here. Let's start with these ones. Colin Jelpy writes, love your videos, Pete. Don't have any experience myself in building keyboards at all, but want to try my hand at it. Any suggestions, tips on a good beginner build? You know, that is a question that's bugged me for a long time. What's the best beginner build? And so actually on Friday we have a macro pad about to come out. And I kind of think that that's a really good place to start. So let me just show you what it is. It's this board right here. It's called the Sweet 16. The Sweet 16 is a macro board. Let me show you on the action cam. It's a macro board. It's going to fit 16 switches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or you could put in some stabilizers and reduce the number of keys. You could turn this in as Dale Blazabas did yesterday. He turned this into a mini number pad with a 0 and decimal and an enter and 2 arrows, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can say the 0 and the decimal there, a plus and 2 arrows. So, you know, if you've never built one before, these are going to sell for about, I think they're just $10. This will be a great way to start building your first keyboard, I think. So that's a good answer. Beyond that, we also have the six pack and 6 switches. Those are, I'm going to remove my head again just because it's Sunday. Those are also good starter kits, but they're a little bit more expensive. And then, of course, you can go on to the what I call the budget build, the one that I did the other day, which has that stainless steel plate and clear bottom. Again, You know, none of them are any more difficult than any of the others. Not really, anyways. I mean, if you want to do fewer switches, you can go with JD40, but the JD40 isn't any easier, say, than the 60%. Actually, it is. Actually, because this doesn't have any stabilizers. This is easy. But, you know, get that get the Sweet 16. You can learn how to do stabilizers with that. And then, you know, you don't have to worry about it. The stabilizers aren't that difficult. They just take a few minutes. You know what they say, like, astrophysics is hard. Building a stabilizer, you know, it's tricky. Anyone know how much Blue Alps? I'm not sure if I understand your question. I'm going to put these two screws in just before I force that all the way down, just to make sure, because of the patternation. Just want to make sure that that distance is equal to this one. Could move a little further over. There we go. I didn't anticipate that happening, but it's happened anyways. A little piece of sticker just got torn off under the screw. I'm just going to cut it out here. only stickers, not heart surgery here. Good condition blue Alps, I really don't know. I don't know how much people are charging these days for them. I really have no idea. Don't forget, today's live stream is available in full 4K. Oh, what a great switch to start with. Whoops. First one. ASDF. GH. And the U goes over the H like that. It goes UIOP. ASDF is there. ZXCVB. QWERTY. Function 2 is there. This is one of the shifts. I think that's the right shift for it, but I'm not 100% certain. XC. .34 viewers currently watching the stream. If you haven't already, please press like. Then once you've pressed like, go check in the About section below for links to everything about this build and stuff you can see on my desk, plus this week's giveaway, which is that Cooler Master Master Keys S. Master Keys S. What are the benefits of a split spacebar? Well, you can do this as a function key, so this plus that can be number 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm saying? And then this is your typical. Some people also use this as backspace, or they use this as enter. This really is just a key set to get you started too, because you can add DSAs from grab bags pretty easily to this. Admit it, you're jealous of my keyboard. Look at this thing. Okay, just gonna do some tidying up here. I'm the owner of 1upkeyboards.com. I'm also a keyboard enthusiast. That's why we started 1upkeyboards.com. If you haven't already, please go check out the store. 1up. It's the number one up keyboards. Get all this stuff off my desk here. Well, that is pretty kick-ass. That's what it looks like from on top. That's what it looks like from around back. That's what it looks like from underneath. You know what I should do though, which I haven't done, is a typing test. damn, do any of them have programming functions? I wanted it so I can basically use the Vim arrow keys. Absolutely. So let's just take a look over at the programming for this keyboard. Give me just 1 second here. All right, let's switch over to the windowed view. Thank you again to the 2 super chatters, Gadgeable and Deadly Pliers. All right, so this is Easy AVR USB keyboard firmware key mapper, one of the best named things that you're going to find on the market today. All right, and you can see how the default is laid out. But of course, this Q doesn't have to be a Q. This Q could be a P. Or this Q could be a Q, or it could be a W. It could be a capital W by turning on the shift and having the W be the W that's a shift. Right? Or what we could do is turn it back to a Q, and instead of this being a tab, this could be the function, one of the function layers. So why don't we turn this on to be the basic function layer. See right here, FN. We'll turn that on to be the function layer. And then when that's held down, I'm going to switch over. Oh, that's basic function 1. So hold on 1 sec. Let's do this. Let's change this to function layer 2 then instead. Whoops. Where did function layer 2 go? Function layer 2. Whoops, done it again. I'm going to change that back to escape, and this one, I'm going to change this to function layer 2. All right, function layer 2 here. So what I'm going to do now is go over to layer 2, and just because I want to bind that, I'm going to call this one function layer 2 as well. Just going to find it. Where was it? It's further down, further down. There it is. There it is, function 2. Selecting that as function 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this and turn this into my arrow keys. Whoops, up, left, down, right. So now when I press function 2 instead of tab, when I press that, it's going to bring up layer 2. Okay, but let's go one layer further. What if instead I wanted it to put out a macro that says my favorite channel is skiwithpete because he shows me stuff I love. All right, so I'm going to bind that to be macro 1, and I'm going to put macro 1 in this top left corner. Macro 1, scan code M1. All right. So now macro 1 on function layer 2. When I go back to default here, when I press the tab key, that's going to be function 2. And then when I press escape, that's going to be my macro. Now just look back at function 1 here. If I press the function keys, you see it's currently where super and menu are placed. But I can change those around. I can change this one to function if you want. When you press function, now F1 will be that, the F row will be that top row, and 1 to 0 will be that second row. And some of these, this is totally different than the way I would map mine, but this will be tilde and colon, and these are some of the brackets, and page up and page down over here. Again, it's different the way that I lay mine out, but totally works. And then again, layer 2 has that macro built into it. So let's just program this up now. Where was my boot mode? Did I have a boot mode on there? You know what, I didn't. So I got to take off the back again if I want to boot it. Let's take off the back then. You know what? Just while I'm here, I'm going to do a boot mode just so I know that I got it. I'm going to do function layer 2, and I'm going to do this as my boot mode, just so I can always get back to it. Scan code boot will be my delete key. All right, again, let's just save that layout. But it's not a dot, it's a hex. Dot. All right. Oh, what's this? I came peeling out of there pretty funny. All right. I love the middle layer. Those versus B-Sense, well, they're less tactile, but like I say, I really did this so that we could bring this to Maker Faire, and I know that browns are very popular amongst new keyboard joiners. You know, people trying out keyboards for the first time do love the brown, and I'm not unaware of that. So, yeah, but Cries Noobs totally, and the Poker. You know, I had the Poker 2 as one of my first keyboards, but Pokers are onboard programmable only. They're not full programmable like I'm showing you here with this. This is fully programmable, and as I've shown you, you can make that macro layer do anything you want, whereas with the Poker 3 you can record macros, but they're limited recording macros of up to a certain number of characters. I think it's 32 characters, as opposed to, you know, this thing, which is obviously much, much longer than that. All right, just pulling this off here. All you need to do, you don't need to take this off every time, but I just needed to take it off then. Okay, so I've now entered boot mode. Sorry, you missed that, but I've just pressed this button. You can't quite see it. This button here, just pressed it. Now I go over here and I press build and reprogram. And I'm going to save that hex file down again. Yeah. Now, I've already installed Flip prior to this video. All you need to do with Flip is make sure that you go into Device Manager. You find the controller, and once you've found the controller in there, that you install the drivers from the folder where Flip installed. Once you've done that, this will run fine. You press Run, and then this pops up. And even though you can't see it, under here is where all the good stuff is happening. Total 11, passed 11, failed 0. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to open up a quick little text window. There's my notepad there. And just for funsies, I'm just going to flip this over. And I'm going to press, can you see that? I'm going to press Tab and this. Do you see that spit it out? Of course, I can press this to be my arrow key. And you can jump to the end of that line. Press Enter a couple times. And then look, I'll press it again. There you go. So that is the power. Maybe I'll do it a little further down here. That is the power of full programmability. And again, now, even though there's no numbers on here, obviously the number row works just fine. But yeah, the real cool thing is the macros, and you know, the ability to do that. And who knows what your macro would be? Your macro, isn't the key map on the AVR different from the actual layout of the keyboard? You have a right shift instead of an up arrow. It's slightly different, but only by one key. Don't save. Oh yeah, look, this one defaulted. Again, this isn't the layout that I would use. But yeah, all that's happened here, look, you can see is I replaced this 1.25 with a 1U and this one with a 1.25U. You don't need to do that. It's just what I chose to do. And for me, that means that I'll need to do some extra key mapping. But well, thank you again to everybody who turned up for this week's Hangout. This has been the JD40 Sticker Bomb edition from 1upkeyboards.com. I've just got one more screw to put in here and I'll flip it over for you guys to take a look at. So that is the JD40 Sticker Bomb edition from 1UpKeyboards. This has Gateron Browns. It uses the DSA Signature Plastic set from 1UpKeyboards. It is black on white. It also includes the 1UpKeyboards logo in the top left. Here's another typing test. Thank you very much, Colin C. It was very cool of you to come hang out with me. Definitely appreciate it. I hope all of you guys have pressed like, you've pressed subscribe. Let's just take a look at the... Oh, I've had a tough one. Hey, if you haven't already pressed subscribe, go ahead and press subscribe now. I'd love for you guys to join and stick around and hang out. Come back for future streams and all that. So why don't you go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Well, thank you again, especially to my moderators. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to go over to 1upkeyboards.com. 1upkeyboards.com. I'm just going to pop that right there. Don't forget about the Discord, but Mange HD isn't around anymore, is he? I don't have a link. I can't get the link to the Discord, so hopefully I'll get it soon. Oh, we're one like away from hitting 60. Please go ahead and smash that like button. Somebody was just asking about the function space. Who is that? Shad Vandenhall. Let me just show you real quick here. So over in Easy AVR USB, you see there's that one right there. It's called normal. So let's say you wanted to do the space, the tap key, you could have it be a tap to something else, and then a hold would be the other thing. So you could have it tap be spacebar and hold it be function if you wanted. And that's how you do that. Thanks, Dr. Doomapple. Thank you, Chocan. Thank you, Anchorbait. Thank you, Colin C. and Shad. You guys have been awesome. Have a great weekend for what's left of it for you guys. Also, I hope to do a quick little stream sometime this week. Plus, there's also a big stream coming, not this week, but the week after next. That should be fun. Plus, there's new releases coming this week and next week from 1upkeyboards.com. Don't forget to go check those out. Those are going to be big, big releases, and we're looking forward to all that with you guys. The stream is over, but the chat continues. You guys can hang out for a while. Don't forget to ask the mods any questions you might have. But for me, that's it for this evening. Thank you, Anchorbait. We'll see you back again soon. Thanks, guys.